Okay, this is Phil's neck knife. It's heat treated, it's tempered, it's cleaned up, and these are the handles. This is some black ebony that I have had, African ebony, African ebony that I've had for a long time, and I've just never gotten around to using it. And that's what it's going to look like when it's all buffed up. Oh, that's going to look nice. All right, these handles are going to get glued on, epoxied on here. And a little while, I got 2 more knives to clean up. I have 3 knives in the tempering oven. Let me tell you what liars people are. I get so tired of complaining, but you know, the sad thing is, even sitting here isolated from the world in my little knife shop, there's still plenty to complain about. I ordered something from AutoZone, and all it is a little metal button that sticks to your windshield that your rear view mirror slides over. It came off my windshield. So, and I screwed up the button that was on there. I put it on my belt grinder, and I sanded the glue off, and I sanded just a little bit too much metal off. So I called the Ford dealer, and I think I told you about that thing. That was a debacle. I got one idiot who laughed at me because I didn't call this metal button by Ford's technical name, and they call it a bracket. It's not a bracket. It's just this tiny little button that sticks to your windshield, and the mirror, which has these grooves over it, slides over the button. Ford calls it a bracket. So I didn't call it a bracket. I call it a button. That's what it was called on AutoZone's website. On the back of the little glue packages you buy, they call it a button. Everybody but Ford calls it a button. So this girl had a good chuckle that I didn't know. Even though I described it beyond a shadow of a doubt what it was, I didn't know their particular name, so she had a good chuckle. And me, I'm chuckling thinking, you are truly a dumbass, girl. And, yeah. Anyway, I ordered it on AutoZone. They wanted $26 for one at Ford dealer, and I said, AutoZone wants like $6, so I'll just order it there. I just thought if you had one, I would come and get it. Even if it was $26, I'd go and get it just so I could get it and get it done and get my mirror on my window. But anyway, I didn't buy it. So I ordered it. And it took forever to AutoZone to ship it. It took forever for FedEx to get it here. I avoid FedEx if at all possible. I hate to say this, but I have better luck with packages with the USPS, with the post office, than I do with FedEx. That is sad that you're worse than the post office. So I'm following the tracking number, and finally it's going to be delivered that day. And then I get a message saying it's delivered. So I go out and I look around my gate. It says delivered at door, which is not possible. You can't get anywhere near my door. So I looked all around my gate. I have a plastic shed that's about 4 foot tall, about 5 foot wide, and about 30 inches deep. It says packages on it, and it has my address on one door and Bev's address on the other door. On our mailboxes, it has both of our addresses on 2 separate mailboxes. On the fence, right beside my gate, like 6-inch tall reflective letters, I have my address. You can't miss my address. You can't miss it unless you are blind. So it's nowhere to be found. So I call FedEx. I may say, well, the driver says he left it at your door. And I said, no, he didn't leave it at my door. There's no way he could get to my door. I live several hundred feet inside a locked gate and, with a 6-foot fence. There's just no way he could get to my door. I mean, the closest he could get is the box or just outside my gate somewhere, which is where everybody else leaves the packages, and I don't have a problem with that. So that was 2 days ago, and then yesterday I got another customer service person calling me asking if I had found my package. And I said, well, no, I didn't. I mean, it's not there. I went out and looked. I mean, it's not going to, show up at midnight. It's not there. The package was not delivered here. And in the meantime, after that phone call, my next door neighbor calls me and says, I got a package here that was delivered to you. And so it was late, and I was already undressed. And he was fixing to head out. He said, I'll tell you what, I'll put it in your package box outside your gate. I said, man, I'd appreciate that. So today, I get a third phone call from FedEx telling me that the FedEx driver says, the previous conversation, I told them that I had a plastic box outside my house with the word packages on it. And everybody else puts packages there. Nobody has a problem with that. And that's where my packages go. And he didn't even... So anyway, she says, well, the driver said he put it in a plastic box. See, she couldn't have known about the plastic box unless she heard the conversation between me and the other guy. And he did tell me that this conversation is being recorded. So the only way she knows about this plastic box, not having ever been here, and her FedEx driver not even delivering here, delivering to my neighbor, is she had to have listened to the conversation between me and the guy yesterday. And I said, no, ma'am, he did not put it in my box. I actually have possession of the package, but he did not come to my gate. He did not put it in my package box. And let me tell you how I know. I have security camera footage that records 24/7. I said I recorded the camera footage. I reviewed it, and he went to my next door neighbor's house, left my package on his front steps, which is not a big deal. But somebody's lying, saying that he came to my house and put it in that plastic box. Didn't happen, and I can prove to you beyond a shadow of a doubt that it didn't. I have security camera footage. Would you like me to forward the footage to you of him going to my next door neighbor? So I don't know. I think it was her lying, so they wouldn't have to pay for a pack. It's a $7 part. It cost me more for shipping than it cost for the part. So when I told her I had security camera footage, she wanted off the phone like yesterday. As a matter of fact, she was rude and she hung up before I could say another word. She said, well, you have the package. I guess we don't need to have any further discussion. Have a nice day. Click, boom, gone. When I told her there's no way anybody could say they came to my house, I got security cameras. Unless you're invisible or so by some miracle you don't show up on digital recording. Yeah, I'll tell you, man. People, you can't lie anymore. Everybody's got a cell phone. Everybody's got Ring and security cameras. And cops, you can't go beating people up and say you didn't do it because somebody somewhere is recording you. It's just this day and age, if you're a liar, you're going to get caught. If you break the law and you say you didn't, you're going to get caught. You can't argue. You just can't argue. Be honest. Just be honest. Say I accidentally delivered it to your neighbor. No problem. I will walk over there and see if my package is on his front. Everybody makes mistakes. It's not a problem. But when you start lying and saying you delivered it here and you damn well didn't, that's just wrong, man. That makes a simple mistake 10 times worse when you have to lie about making a mistake. Okay. Wow, I just had a rant. More coffee, please.